You know, and we all have our 15 minutes of fame, and I'd like to take a couple of my 15 minutes to talk about the rights and the wrongs in the world of professional wrestling.
And it is for the WWE Championship.
This match is for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship.
For the World Heavyweight Championship.
The match and new NWA Heavyweight Champion of the world.
We appreciate you guys coming out and taking your time to support women's wrestling in America.
This match is for the AWA World Heavyweight Wrestling Championship.
Now, involved in our conversation with the one and only, as I was told earlier, Dementia D'Rose. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yes, you are.
Okay, I want to make sure, because the last thing I want to do is insult you. I've seen a few of your matches, and at times you can be quite brutal or aggressive, however you choose to define that.
Or just plain crazy.
Or just, well, you know, some people don't enjoy that word, so I didn't know if I needed to dance around saying crazy or not, so, but since you bring it up.
Yeah, crazy is always fun.
Crazy is fun. Okay, well, I have to take your word for that. I've heard that is liberating, if nothing else. But, you know, why does professional wrestling have such an affinity for people that are less than stable? We've seen it several times over the years. You would think by now they would have, you know, stronger hiring practices, you know.
I mean, how can it not? I mean, yes. You get to put your hands, not just your hands, but your feet, your arms, your wrists. You get to literally hurt people. And someone who is unstable as me, I find direct joy into that, whether it's hurting other people or hurting myself.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's get to the career portion of your life, and we're going to try to keep you on a sane and steady path for as long as I can while you answer these. I think you partially answered this, but I'm going to ask again directly. Why wrestling?
It's something that fills me. I mean, I've tried other things, but nothing gives me that rush. Like stepping in that ring, hearing that crowd, whether they like me or hate me. I mean, I really don't care. But wrestling, like getting in the ring when those lights hit me and seeing the fear on my opponent. I mean, whether it's a guy or a girl, like it doesn't matter. Like wrestling is everything to me.
Okay.
And it's just not just wrestling. It's not trying to pin your opponent or get the win. It's making people remember you. Remembering, oh wow, this girl here, she's a threat to be reckoned with.
And you just said it didn't matter to you whether you win or lose or cheer or boo, but oddly enough, through the matches that I've watched, you are cheered, or at least in the ones that I've seen, they seem to gravitate towards you. Is there any theory behind how they could go with somebody who clearly has no regard for her opponent or her own body, and can and will get vicious if necessary? Why do you think that the crowds that I have watched have been drawn toward the Rose?
Well, and I'm just going to say this is not a knock to any other female wrestlers that's out there doing their thing as well. I mean, much respect to all of them. I mean, I hate them, but, you know, much respect to all of them. I'm just going to say this.
Okay.
I've always wanted to separate myself from other people. I've always been an outcast. I've always been, what do you say, different. But and I knew once I got into wrestling, that side of me would be shown. I mean, you look on the wrestling scene, and what do you see from female wrestlers? They're pretty. They got nice faces. They got a nice smile. Like, we got cute little bodies. And then you look at me, Dementia D'Rose, who is far from little, who basically literally makes her face ugly. Pretty. It's so overrated. The fans, I'm not going to say they get tired of it. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that I honestly think the reason they get behind me is because I bring something different, wrestling-wise, body-wise, and style-wise. And I honestly think that's the reason why they I won't say but why they cheer me. And also because I'm just flat out ruthless in the ring. I am ruthless. And like I said before, I will hurt myself to hurt my opponent.
So you think it's more a matter of respect from the fans, that they look at you, you're, regardless of your mental state of mind, you're a little bit more identifiable. They can take you as obtainable, I guess.
Well, and because they like it when I hurt people. I mean, let's face it. When it gets down to the wire, we're all animals. We live in this society where we have to act a certain way, be a certain way. But like, this is how I feel. When fans come and see me wrestle, they know, okay, I know I'm gonna see some wild stuff from this chick. And I guess it brings out their inner wildness as well. And that's something. If I contribute to that, if I can contribute to them yelling, screaming, getting angry, and that's something I enjoy. And I'm proud of the fact that I can do that.
Okay. Now, how long have you been doing what you do?
Well, professionally, I'd say going on 4 years now.
Okay.
But I've been in love with wrestling since I was around 3 years old.
Okay, so even though you weren't actually involved, you were studying, and you didn't know you were studying.
Exactly.
Okay, well then now let's ask the fans question. Since you grew up watching this thing, what person, wrestler, angle, whatever, inspired you to say, I got to do that?
I would have to say, growing up, I've watched a lot of Stone Cold Steve Austin. In fact, I even got it's kind of like an homage to a tattoo. Well, because I was my time of birth was 3/16, so I got that tattooed on my ankle.
Oh.
And basically, because Stone Cold inspired me to wrestle. I like his ruthless. I like how he went against the grain on everything his boss told him to. And growing up, I was like, that's who I want to be like. That's who I want to wrestle like. I mean, no matter what people tell me, I'm going to do things my way.
So you fell in love with the Austin McMahon angle.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Well, that angle did touch a lot of people and got them very inspired. But it took you one step further, because apparently it inspired you to do what you're doing now. You got into the ring. Explain to me who Dementia D'Rose is.
Dementia D'Rose is what Aisha Sunshine tried not to be. Dementia D'Rose is crazy. And there's no other way I can put it. She is my inner She-Hulk. And I will say this now. Mm-hmm. No one has yet to see my She-Hulk at full blast.
Okay. I like the comparison, though. That's for all you comic book fans out there. Now, for those that didn't know, previously or previous incarnation, if we have to use the comparison, we'll say much like Mick Foley had three separate personas, there was a previous persona from you. You just mentioned the name Aisha Sunshine. Now, why is it that Aisha Sunshine went away and Dementia D'Rose emerged?
Aisha Sunshine was a little twit. I couldn't stand her. I cannot stand her. I wanted to lock her away and just her to never return. Aisha Sunshine was the epitome of everything I hated. Like she wanted to just she wanted the fans to just fall in love with her, and she liked puppies and SpongeBob and chickens and baby animals and rainbows, and I just hated that.
Okay.
I would say this: Aisha Sunshine, she struggled. She struggled between herself and Dementia D'Rose, and it may have taken her a while. I mean, maybe she didn't even want Dementia D'Rose to come out, but I came out. I came out and I locked her away, and she's never coming back.
Never.
Never.
All right. Now, in wrestling, those are strong words. You're almost taught not to, never to say never, but you feel pretty solid about this, that there will never, ever be another Aisha Sunshine in the world. Okay. How long did Aisha exist before? I mean, we're talking, Dementia had 4 years collectively, I'm assuming. So how long did Aisha exist before Dementia just took the reins and took over?
Well, I'm going to just say this. Dementia D'Rose was always within Aisha. Like I said before, she struggled. She struggled, and she struggled hard. And to quote a famous line from Rocky, I'm sorry, to quote a famous line from Rambo. I will never ever forget this. What Rambo's captain told him. He said, "The monster was always there. We just had to chisel away the pieces." The monster was always there. We just had to chisel, or we had to just clear away the pieces, clear away the dirt and the grime, and there I was.
And I guess for those movie fans out there, that would be from First Blood, correct? Indeed. So the dementia existed underneath the sunshine, and once the sunshine went away, the rose came out.
Yes.
All right. What is Dementia D'Rose's perception or opinion about the what the masses consider the upper echelon of women's wrestling, the divas and or the knockouts? What is your personal opinion about that?
My personal opinion?
Yes.
I hate them all. I mean, like I said, I respect what they're doing, but Dementia D'Rose doesn't like anyone.
Doesn't that make functioning in a locker room pretty difficult?
No, not really. I keep to myself. People know. They know what they're getting into once they come in contact with me.
Okay. Does Dementia D'Rose set goals for herself, or is she just kind of flying by the seat of her pants?
Do I what now?
Set goals, career goals.
Oh yes, yes. This is I want the world to know my name. In fact, I want to have a whole new change on women's wrestling because, like I said before, on the indie scene in WWE and TNA, you the majority of the female wrestlers are, small. You come out. I mean, I'm not gonna say they're unimportant to the show, but this is my thing. If you get up and walk out during my match, whether it's to go get a snack or go talk on the phone, I feel like I haven't done my job as a wrestler. Like, I want people to be out their seats when they see me come out the ring and step into the ring. I mean, come out the entrance and step into that ring.
Okay. So you want all eyes on you, and you want them to remain on you until you're done with what you're doing.
I want to give them something worth watching.
Well, your appearance is worth watching as it is. I don't understand how anybody would want to look away at that point. You're certainly unique in your show. And again, from the matches that I've seen, male and female, you can get as dirty as needed to accomplish your goal within the ring. But getting back to the career goal thing, let's talk promotions or federations. Is there any place across the country or the world that you have your eyes set on? Like, this is my next step. This is where I want to go, and so on and so forth.
Definitely. Well, right now I want to broaden out. I mean, so far I've been working in the southern states, and I love it. I love the promotions that want me, but I want to broaden out. I want to go to California. I want to go to Philadelphia. I want to go overseas. Like this, there's no stopping me now. Okay. I want to go to Japan, and if I ever do get to TNA or WWE, that's just a bigger plus.
That'll be icing on your cake.
Yes.
But you are satisfied with the goal of you want to tour this country and possibly the world under your own accord.
Yeah. But I'm never satisfied. I always want more.
Okay. Now, I guess the largest all-female promotions in the country right now are Shimmer and WSU, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
Are those in your sights somewhere down the line?
Definitely. In fact, I plan on sending a couple of my matches to Shimmer.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then we hope that you can bring your special brand of crazy up there to the Midwest.
Oh, wouldn't it be fun?
Depending on who you get in there with, yes, it would be fun. Which also brings in another question. Well, first I'm going to start in reverse. Who's been your best opponent so far?
Right now, I would have to say the upcoming Aisha Pereira. She's an upcoming female wrestler. Mm-hmm. And that girl has just been a zit I would like to talk to. Like I said, I don't like anyone, but I have to give her respect. I have to give her respect and how she's training, how she's wrestling. She is becoming an amazing wrestler and female wrestler. Mm-hmm. And but I would love to stomp her face in.
Okay, now I'm going to ask, why is it that what has made her your best opponent? Is she just the toughest competition that you've stepped in the ring with, or is she just frustrating?
No, she's definitely tough, mm-hmm. And I'm definitely, yes, I am frustrated. She's fast, like she is fast, and at times I'm not going to say she gets the best of me because no one gets the best of Dementia D'Rose. No one.
Okay.
But she's really pushing my nerve.
Pushing your nerves, and I'm going to imagine that the list of people that are capable of doing that is pretty short.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that being said, now let's look ahead to the future. Who is your ideal opponent? Who would you like to get in the ring with somewhere in your future?
To be honest, I really don't have anyone in particular who I would like to.
Okay.
Like I said, it doesn't matter male or female. It doesn't matter at all. Like people, I will say this though. A couple people have messaged me and they told me that they would be interested in seeing a match against me and Awesome Kong. So I mean, that's just an idea. But like I said, it doesn't matter who I step in the ring with.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no one. Hey, I would like to wrestle this person. Like I would love to wrestle anyone, male or female. Anyone that's on anything, anyone that thinks that they can handle me, anyone that thinks that they can put me down, anyone that thinks that they can make me bleed my own blood, I will willingly accept any challenge.
All right. You and Awesome or Amazing Kong could be a money match. I mean, very reminiscent of one Cactus Jack and Vader taking on each other back in the day. Over a powerhouse and one crazy person willing to do what it takes to win. So maybe there's a promoter out there that will grant that request and pair you two off. Now that you said your best opponent, I'm going to go out on a limb and ask, and I'm pretty sure I know what it's heading, but I'm going to go out on a limb anyway. If you had to pair yourself with someone, who would you assume? Who would you take as a partner?
Male or female?
Female.
Female. Anybody?
Anybody.
Or past, present.
Past, present.
I would have to say. Lita. Like I watched her wrestling a lot growing up, and I mean this is just a fantasy. So I watched her a lot growing up. So I've always wanted to tag team up with her, just have a tag match with her.
Now the real question is, would you be able to function? I mean, we've talked to you now. It's been about a good 16 minutes or so, and you seem pretty on your own path, I guess, for lack of a better term. So could you actually function inside of a unit? I mean, we all know Lita's, I guess, quote, legend, or I don't know if she actually is Hall of Fame or not. I don't remember, but could you do that without snapping?
Maybe. Why? Do you think I'm crazy?
Only a little bit. But I don't know if there's a measurable way of crazy.
I'll just say this: if that were ever to happen, or with anybody I ever tag team up with in the future, I'll just say this: they better watch their back. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Well, so if a promoter got you and said, "Hey, you know what? You had such great chemistry with Aisha as an opponent, we're gonna tag you two up," and that right there is just you're telling me that regardless of the circumstances, even if it meant y'all were going for the titles, she's gonna have to watch her back anyway.
I'm not saying yes, but I'm not saying no.
Oh, okay, so you never know what you're gonna get out of Dementia.
Isn't it fun to know that? Like, that's a fun fact, right? Watch your back no matter what with this girl.
Is that going to be your print on your T-shirt? Watch your back.
Yeah. I like that.
That might be it. Dementia Rose, watch your back. We'll have to go with that. Sting's already got with Sting is nothing for sure, so you can't take that one. That'd be pretty confirmed. Pros and cons of working the independent circuit. For those that may be choosing to follow in your footsteps, they may need to hear this. So from, I mean, you might have handled it by regressing into Dementia D'Rose from Aisha Sunshine. That might be your way to deal with whatever pressures in politics that could potentially exist. Not saying that they do, but if there's any pros or any cons that exist with traveling around on independence, please share.
Well, it's I guess I can say the traveling. You know, finding enough people to drive with you, and or to travel to other places. It's. I'm not saying it's a hassle because I love it, but if I guess you at some point sometimes you lose more money than getting more money, but you know. Nothing is ever hard. I mean, nothing ever comes easy if you really want it that bad. So you just gotta keep in mind that people you're gonna lose out before you start with it.
True, very true. And again, that's why I say there are some people out there that need to hear it because, and I'm sure you've probably come across this, the person that gets into whatever their respective business is, assuming that within a year's time I'll be a star or, making big money or whatever.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, yeah, you really have to, yeah, you really have to put some time in before you start thinking like that. And there is one thing I would have to say about the cons of wrestling. Don't let the drama get to you. Like it's BS. It's politics. It's crappy promotions. Like, don't let that get to you, because if you do, you're gonna wind up hating it, and you're gonna, and it's like right now, it's a lot of. I'm not gonna name names because.
No, don't name names. I don't want you to shoot.
I'm just saying, it's a lot of. Don't let certain people. I mean, don't let certain wrestlers run your promotion, and don't come to shows drunk. Or whatever you do, don't come to the shows drunk or high. Like, whatever you do in your time, wait till after you leave the show to do that. I mean, everybody's opinion is their opinion. It's their opinion no matter what. But just leave the BS at home.
Okay.
Like right now, I'm dealing with unnecessary drama, and it's little petty girl drama, and I rather not even indulge with it. Like, a couple of people have come up and asked me, hey, what's going on with this? I'm like, you know what? This isn't high school. We're both adults. We're adults. They feel a certain way. I feel a certain way. And that's just it.
Now, the one plus that I can say that I've noticed amongst the people that I've talked to and whatnot is that somehow or another, it seems that professionalism, once it goes out of the ring, generally speaking, takes over. Can you say that you are capable as a professional to work with somebody that you don't necessarily get along with in the locker room?
Yes, definitely. I've done it recently. I've done it.
Okay. So
definitely. And I'm gonna say this is that, I mean, if you've been wrestling anytime between 5 years or 4 or 5 years plus, or even 3 years plus, you're gonna wrestle people that you don't like. I mean, that's just how it is. You're not gonna like everybody you wrestle. I mean, that's impossible. There are gonna be people that's gonna disagree with you. There are even gonna be people that think you're not a good wrestler, and you're gonna have to wrestle them. My advice is, don't let your feelings, your personal feelings, or your personal life for that matter, get mixed up with your professionalism. Like, the same thing with same thing with saying don't crap where you eat, or don't mix work with pleasure. I mean, you keep the two separate. That's all you do. Like, I would never, ever go to a promoter and say, I don't like this person, and I don't think you should book this person. Now, I will say I will not vouch that person. I have no comment. That's them. But I will never be like, I don't like this person. I don't want you to book this person. I don't want to wrestle this person. Because the way I'm seeing it, okay, I'm going to wrestle this person that I don't like. That's fine. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to outshine this person. I'm going to make sure that this crowd remembers me wrestling this person.
Okay. That's a good mentality and attitude to walk in with. Bridging off of that, and again, no names, not asking you to shoot. I'm sure people are going to be disappointed, you know, because everybody loves a good shoot. And sorry out there, but that I'm not into trying to, you know, perpetuate some negativity here. But okay, liberties in the ring. Have you dealt with that?
In the ring, no.
In the ring.
In the locker room, yeah.
Okay, now you're gonna have to not necessarily elaborate, but I mean, I think most fans have heard about people taking liberties in the ring and they understand what that is. You may have to explain a little bit of what taking liberties in the locker room environment is like or would be.
As far as what?
I mean, just as far as trying to get there without, you know, you giving up any vital information. But as far as how could someone take liberties with you in a locker room? I mean,
be a professional. I mean, like this is your work, right? This is something that you want to in the long run make money from. I mean, you wouldn't act unprofessional at your job because you'll get fired. And it's the same thing with wrestling.
Yeah. Although it seems that wrestling sometimes exists in its own little world and bubble, so the normal rules of life. You like bubbles?
I like bubbles.
Somehow I'm a little scared that. Why do you like bubbles? I'm gonna bite. Why do you like them?
Bubbles pop. Pop bubbles.
I knew it. I knew that was coming. But I just have to ask for journalistic integrity. Last question here. When you are dealing, I guess, rookies, let's talk about the rookie factor, or newbies, whatever you want to call them. What is the protocol of respect in the locker room? Again, this is out for the people that may be listening, considering getting into the business somewhere down the line, or you know, whatever the case may be. You always hear about respect playing a major factor within the wrestling community. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, I can. I mean, for the guys, for the new guys, just be humble. Like, that's one thing my trainer has always taught me to be, even now, even when I'm wrestling. Be humble. Whenever you go to a new place or whenever you meet new people, especially people that's been doing this, you know, longer than you, you know, be humble. Listen to what they're saying. I mean, you know, you don't have to take everything literally, but heed what they're saying. Be respectful. Know that these people have put time and hard work into this. I mean, I'll always be humble. I mean, even now, I mean, be humble.
Best advice.
Yeah, always. Oh, yeah, and definitely, like, just introduce yourself. I mean, because I will say this, when I first started wrestling, I was shy. I was quiet. I was all to myself. And, you know, that just go introduce yourself. Shake your hand. Let people know that, you know, you exist. You know, you're interested in learning and everything.
Okay. Sounds good. Now, this is the point where we put over some stuff that you're doing. What are your upcoming shows, if you have any? What's the upcoming show that is? Where can people find you?
They're going to look for me.
They're going to look for you because everybody loves a crazy person.
No, don't you? They ain't fun. But I will be at Porterdale, Georgia at PCW this Saturday. And on the 5th, I will be there for Sacred Ground Chapter 4 for PCW. That's gonna be that's the biggest match, the biggest show of the year. In Dementia D'Rose, yours truly will be in a Platinum Trinity match against Mia Yim and Levy Bates. So you definitely don't want to miss that. And I will be at a Monstrosity Championship Wrestling down at Six Flags. And October 18th, I'll be up in Pennsylvania. So if y'all all the way up there, come up there and see me.
All right. I heard Lever Bates and Mia Yim, so you're in some pretty tall timber in that. Is that?
Oh yeah. Yes, this is definitely going to be a challenge. Oh, I can't wait.
And apparently you are salivating at the thought of tearing into somebody new. Now, is this 2 different matches or is this a 3-way?
3-way, a Platinum Trinity match.
Oh, okay. So you got 2 people at one time.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Where can people find you online? Let's plug away. Let's get all your good stuff out there so the people know where you are and what you're doing, all that good stuff. Keep up with you.
I'm on Facebook you can find me on Dementia D'Rose, and I'm also on Twitter at Deranged Flower, Dementia D'Rose. So yeah, definitely. And I'm on Instagram, Roses316, just in case if y'all want to see some pictures of me. It's not those kind of pictures, like.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Yeah, you threw me off there for a moment there, Miss Rose.
It's pictures with me and my knife, so, you know.
Oh, okay. Not pictures like that.
No, not pictures like that. It's just me and my butcher knife. You know, that's not a knife. That's a knife.
You're just going to be a walking, talking horror movie.
No, I know. I love it. I love it.
I don't know. That's kind of scary.
I know, but scary is always fun.
Is it?
It's always fun. It's a rush.
Okay. Well, then you're gonna have a good time at at the Six Flags thing. What's that?
Monstrosity Championship Wrestling.
Thank you. I couldn't even get it out. Monstrosity Championship Wrestling. You're gonna have a ball.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, is there anything that you would like to add in closing? Because you have covered a lot, and I certainly appreciate it and want to thank you for your time. But is there anything that you feel like you need to add to your listening audience?
Just look for me. That's all I'm saying. Like I may show up anywhere. And just look. I say look for my bite mark, because I always leave my bite mark on where I show up at. So, Dementia D'Rose is going to build her nightmare, and whether you're part of it or not, I'm 100% sure you will enjoy the show.
All right. And considering that you're talking about that you're leaving bite marks, we're going to go back to that earlier catchphrase. Dementia D'Rose, watch it back.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good for me. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
All right.
This is yours truly, the Latina sensation, Mercedes Martinez. You are listening to The Right and Wrong by Mr. Green. I really recommend for your health that you listen, because if you don't, yours truly, Mercedes Martinez will definitely come down there personally, give you a dose of the Latina rage. Mwah.